The crowd outside Super Save Supermarket stood frozen in silent shock. A sleek black Bentley rolled to a gentle stop beside the dusty sidewalk. From the car, a tall woman emerged with breathtaking grace and confidence. She wore a cream jumpsuit that hugged her frame like tailored elegance. Her heels clicked softly but powerfully, commanding attention without permission. Everyone recognized her instantly. Monica Williams, Africa's celebrated tech magnate, founder of M-Tech, billionaire software visionary, face of Forbes, and inspiration to millions. Yet today, she walked past the staring admiration and headed toward a homeless man. He sat near stacked crates, wrapped in a tattered brown coat and fading green shirt. His beard was tangled, hair wild, and his bag hung heavy with silent history. He looked up slowly, unused to kindness or even simple notice anymore. Monica stopped in front of him and offered a gentle, genuine smile. "My name is Monica," she said softly, voice warm like morning sun. The man blinked slowly before replying, Jacob Uche." What followed left the entire street breathless. "I've heard you speak," Monica said. "Your mind is sharp, disciplined, brilliant. You speak business, data, innovation, like someone who once led rooms. I don't know what you lost, but I believe you deserve another chance." She exhaled deeply, heart racing in her chest like distant drums. "So I am asking something unbelievable. Jacob Uche, will you marry me?" The market froze into one living statue of astonishment and confusion. Jacob stared, shocked, as if language itself had collapsed and rebuilt. He swallowed slowly and answered with quiet pain and weary dignity. "If you mean that, buy a ring and ask me again properly." Gasps rippled. Some laughed. Some covered their mouths in disbelief. But Monica didn't hesitate or look back for anyone's approval. She entered the supermarket with calm certainty, shaped by love and conviction. Within minutes, she returned, holding a diamond ring glowing like captured starlight. Right there, she knelt, her cream jumpsuit touching the dusty ground. "Jacob Uche," she whispered, "will you marry me, truly?" His eyes filled with something between shock and awakening hope. "Yes," he breathed reluctantly, painfully, beautifully. She slid the ring onto his trembling finger. "Now," she said softly, "come with me." Jacob hesitated, glancing at his dirty clothes and dusty skin. "I'll ruin your car seats," he murmured shamefully. "I don't care," she replied, opening the Bentley door. They drove toward Victoria Island, the city glimmering like ocean diamonds. Jacob sat still, his entire world shifting inside one silent car ride. Monica stopped at a luxury grooming spa surrounded in marble and gold. "Go in," she said. "Let them restore what life tried to erase." Barbers scrubbed away years of dirt, pain, and wandering. His beard fell, hair reshaped, skin revealed beneath gentle hands. When he saw the mirror, he barely recognized the man staring back. A strong jawline, intelligent eyes, and a presence once buried by grief. Monica smiled softly. "There you are." They drove to a grand mansion wrapped in glass and sunlight. "This isn't my house," she said. "It is our home now." Inside, her young daughter Sophia stood watching curiously from the stairs. "Is he a good person?" the girl asked in honest innocence. "I am trying to be," Jacob answered quietly. "Then you can stay," she said, walking away cheerfully. That night, after warm food and silent gratitude, they sat on the balcony. City lights shimmered below like stars that fell and learned to glow again. Monica finally asked the question waiting in her heart. "Jacob, who were you before the world broke you?" He inhaled shakily, memories rising like ghosts in cold wind. "I was a respected data scientist, husband, father, son," he began. "My family boarded a flight I was supposed to join the next day. The plane crashed. No survivors. My entire world ended at once. I walked away from life because there was nothing left to hold. Monica's eyes softened with aching familiarity. I know loss, she whispered. My husband disappeared when our daughter was small. For years I searched, prayed, begged, waited, but he never returned. Pain made us invisible, but love can call us back to living. They looked at each other, two souls scarred, shattered, surviving, and for the first time in years, both felt seen, understood, alive. Their story was not an ending. It was the beginning of resurrection. Jacob looked at her, stunned by the strength glowing beneath her gentle words. You built all this after everything? He asked, voice unsteady with disbelief. Monica nodded slowly, wiping her quiet tears with graceful, steady fingers. I had to live for Sophia and for myself, she whispered. Jacob lowered his gaze, overwhelmed. You're a fighter, Monica Williams. She smiled softly, eyes glistening. And so are you, Jacob Uchi. They sat together on the balcony overlooking Lagos, glowing like scattered embers. Night insects hummed, and the distant city roared like a sleeping lion. For the first time in years, Jacob felt something bloom inside him. Not just survival, but the desire to live again, fully and honestly. That night, he lay in a soft bed that cradled his tired bones. He stared at the ceiling, not restless, but silently dreaming possibilities again. Morning came with sunlight pouring like gold through silk curtains. Birdsong replaced sirens and hunger. Fresh bread replaced street dust and exhaust fumes. Jacob sat up slowly, making sure this new world was real. He touched his trimmed beard and neat hair, smiling faintly with wonder. A soft knock sounded. Come in, he said gently. Sophia peeked through with her warm, curious eyes. Good morning, Mr. Jacob. Mommy said breakfast is ready. He smiled. Good morning, Sophia. And you can call me Uncle Jacob. She giggled and ran down the hallway, her small steps echoing joy. Jacob dressed carefully and walked down to the dining room. Monica sat there, calm and elegant in a navy suit. Good morning, she said with warmth filling her voice. Morning, he replied, taking his seat across from her. The table held eggs, papaya, fresh oranges, and soft bread. I hope you're hungry, she said. It's been a long time since I had a meal like this, he murmured. Then eat, she said. You'll need your strength. He paused, confused. Why? She leaned back, sipping her drink. Because you start work today. Jacob choked slightly. Work? Yes, she said. I didn't propose out of pity or charity. I proposed because I saw the brilliance still burning inside you. I haven't worked in years, he whispered. Then we polish, she answered. Your gift didn't die. It only slept. Later that day, they walked into MTech headquarters, tall and shining like promise. People stared as they entered, whispering, wondering, but saying nothing aloud. Monica led him to a private office drenched in sunlight and quiet power. The door read, Head of Data Intelligence, Jacob Ucha. Jacob froze, trembling with disbelief. This is mine? He asked. From today onward, Monica said, you work beside me. Rediscovery was slow but beautiful. His skills resurfaced like a river returning after a long drought. Within weeks, he saved the company millions with insight no one else saw. The board praised him, analysts admired him, students sought him. Monica watched with quiet pride every step of the way. Their evenings grew warm, gentle, and comfortable. Laughter returned to Monica's home like sunlight entering every window. Sophia adored Jacob, and Jacob cherished Sophia. Love blossomed not in fireworks, but in steady sunrise warmth. One night, under soft rain and city lights, Jacob spoke. I thought you were a miracle I didn't deserve, he said. but now I know you were a blessing I was destined to meet." A few evenings later, on the rooftop, he knelt with a platinum ring. "Monica Williams, you gave me back my life. Will you marry me?" Her tears shined brighter than the city lights below. "Yes," she whispered. "Yes, always yes." Their wedding shook Lagos like thunder wrapped in joy and celebration. Black excellence danced, laughed, ate, sang, and rose higher that day. Years passed, peace and purpose filling their shared life. Sophia grew bright and brilliant. MTech soared beyond borders. And one afternoon, with sunlight warming the kitchen air, Monica smiled. Her hand rested on her growing belly, radiant with new beginnings. Jacob walked in and froze, stunned by love's quiet miracle. "You look like a dream," he said, voice full of awe. "A dream I never believed I would live again." She leaned into him, her heart echoing the quiet certainty in his eyes. "I thought the same," she whispered. Their lips met in a soft, tentative kiss, and in that fragile instant, the clamor of Lagos faded away. The honking taxis, the distant market calls, the weight of the world. It was just them, two souls on the cusp of rewriting their fates. 2 months later, under the sterile glow of a hospital room, their son arrived. A tiny miracle named Williams Chinedu, honoring Monica's late parents and Jacob's father. As Monica cradled him, a long-buried ache in her chest began to mend. She gazed at Jacob, his face etched with awe, and murmured, This is the family I always prayed for." Sophia, now a proud big sister at 5, embraced her role with the fierce determination of youth. She bottle-fed baby Williams, who was sprouting like a Lagos weed, rocked him to sleep with off-key lullabies, and even attempted a diaper change, abandoning the mission midway through one gloriously chaotic fiasco. Laughter returned to their home like an old friend, filling the once echoing halls of Monica's mansion with the music of new beginnings. Yet life, ever the storyteller, had more chapters in store. A few years on, Sophia graduated from the University of Nigeria as a medical doctor, the youngest in her class at just 18. Monica and Jacob beamed from the front row, their daughter's white lab coat and stethoscope a badge of triumphs they'd all earned together. Amid the post-ceremony photos, a tall, impeccably dressed young man approached her. "Hi, I'm Oina," he said, his smile warm and unassuming. "Your presentation on GAN mapping? Brilliant." Sophia flushed, mumbling a thanks, while Monica arched a knowing eyebrow from afar. Jacob chuckled, squeezing her hand. "Easy, love. She's not a little girl anymore." Weeks blurred into months of shared passions, late-night science debates evolving into marathon video calls and cozy movie nights. Before long, Sophia and Oina were inseparable, their bond a quiet fire kindled by intellect and kindness. 3 months after their first spark, Oina arrived at the mansion with his parents. His demeanor old-school respectful as he formally requested permission to court Sophia. Monica and Jacob were instantly charmed. Oina wasn't just any suitor. He was the son of a revered judge and a prodigy in biomedical engineering, his future as bright as his intentions. 3 years later, on Sophia's 21st birthday, Oina proposed amid a garden party of close family and friends. Down on one knee, ring in hand, he poured out his heart. Sophia's yes trembled with joy, and Monica, ever the soft-hearted sentinel, dissolved into happy tears. The wedding was a spectacle of Nigerian splendor at Lagos's Eco Hotel, blending elite guests, tech moguls, diplomats, local royalty, with Sophia's childhood pals, who marveled at the girl who'd once chased fireflies now walking toward forever. The air hummed with vibrant Igbo highlife music, colorful lace fluttering like confetti, gold accents catching the chandelier light. Sophia glided down the aisle in an ivory gown that shimmered like starlight. her arms linked with Monica and Jacob's. "Thank you for everything," she whispered, eyes shining. Jacob's reply was simple, steady. "Make us proud." And as she vowed, "I do," the room erupted in cheers, sealing another circle of their shared miracle. At the reception, Monica's speech wove tears and laughter in equal measure. But it was Jacob's toast that hushed the hall. He rose, tall and composed, his voice a river of raw truth. "Years ago," he began, "I lived under a bridge. I'd lost my wife, my children, my parents, and worst of all, myself. I surrendered to the dark, convinced life had no more light for me. Then, an angel found me." He turned to Monica, his anchor. "She didn't just save my life, she rebuilt it. She saw beyond the rags to the man still worth salvaging. Through her, I reclaimed love, family, home." A pause, tears glistening. "And today I stand here witnessing our daughter embark on her own odyssey of love, honor, and hope. My story has come full circle." Silence gripped the room, then thunderous applause as guests rose, dabbing eyes and nodding in reverence. Jacob's words weren't mere sentiment. They were a beacon, a testament that from the depths, love could summon you back. 9 months after the wedding, the family reconvened at the mansion for an intimate joy. Sophia, in a hospital gown and radiant exhaustion, cradling her newborn daughter, Amarachi. God's grace. Jacob, holding his granddaughter for the first time, leaned close and breathed. "You don't know it yet, little one, but you're woven into a miracle." That evening, on the balcony overlooking Lagos's sunset, they gathered, Sophia and Oina with Amarachi, Monica and Jacob, and toddler Williams, a whirlwind of giggles chasing garden butterflies. "I can't believe this is my life," Monica sighed. Jacob pulled her nearer. "I can, because everything beautiful begins with belief." Her phone buzzed then, an email from the Nigerian Ministry of Science and Technology. 20th Anniversary Celebration, MTech Lifetime Impact Award. Monica read it aloud, voice quivering. "They're honoring us." Jacob grinned. "You deserve it." "No," she countered, eyes locking on his. "We deserve it." The gala at Landmark Center was a glittering homage, white and gold banners tracing their arc from scrappy startup to tech empire, from shattered hearts to unbreakable partnership. When Jacob took the stage in a tailored black suit, the crowd leaned in. "My name is Jacob Uche," he said, steady as steel. "Once, I was adrift. No home, no hope, no pulse for tomorrow, but she saw me." A glance at Monica. She knelt in the dust. Not for pity, but for potential. She handed me a reason to rise. He lifted the plaque, voice cracking with grace. "This isn't a prize. It's proof. Proof that redemption breathes, that second acts await, that true love isn't in glamour or gold. It's in unyielding belief. And with every dawn I have left, I'll pay that faith forward." Ovations swelled as Monica joined him, their embrace a silent vow amid flashing cameras. In that embrace, titles dissolved. No billionaire, no once-forgotten man, just two flames forged in fire, emerging hand in hand. 10 years had unfolded since Monica knelt on that dusty street, uttering her audacious, "Please." 10 years since Jacob Uche, the invisible, became her visible everything, husband, collaborator, legacy. Together, they'd birthed not just MTech, but a lineage of love, a bustling home, a beacon for the broken. One golden afternoon in their estate's gardens, Monica sipped tea by the window, watching Williams, now a whip-smart 9-year-old, chase butterflies with a net in one fist and a tablet in the other, coding an app to track their flights. Jacob, silver-threaded and steadfast, tended the roses with a gardener's reverence. That night, post-dinner, Monica summoned the family to the living room. Sophia and Oina flanked Amarachi on the sofa. Jacob's hand found Monica's. "I've been dreaming bigger," she said, voice soft yet unyielding. MTech has uplifted nations, businesses, hospitals, schools. But now, for those like Jacob once was, his eyes widened. The Uche Foundation, she revealed. A haven for second chances, tech training, design workshops, entrepreneurial fire for the homeless, widows, orphans. A whisper to the lost. You can rise. I've secured the land in Abba, prime, repurposed. Groundbreaking next month. It endures beyond us. To Jacob. Named for you, for us, for the hope you embody. He swallowed hard, tears brimming. You never cease to astonish. To Williams. And someday, this weaves into your tale. The boy beamed. I'm coding the site already. Laughter cascaded, sealing the pact. 3 months later, the Uche Foundation bloomed. Dorms humming with purpose, labs alive with code, counseling rooms echoing resilience. Former street dwellers donned suits and pitched apps. Widowed mothers led web design classes. Hawkers turned innovators unveiled gadgets to global backers. Every wall bore the mantra, your story isn't over yet. At the ribbon cutting, Monica addressed the throng. This isn't pity, it's justice. A decree that no soul is irredeemable. I was lauded, yes, but fractured. Jacob was erased, yet reborn. Behold what grace can forge. Jacob stepped up. When I lost my world, I lost my way. Monica handed me a horizon. That's this foundation's soul, igniting reasons to endure. That night, atop the rooftop, as city lights twinkled, they clasped hands. I'm proud of you, Jacob murmured. Of us, Monica echoed. That Super Save day? What pulled you over? He mused. She gazed skyward. I saw a man acquainted with sorrow, yet unbowed. A fractured king, unfinished in God's eyes. He grinned. And I deemed you mad. Her laugh rang out. Still am, but it sparked eternity. A beat. Regrets? He asked. Only not finding you sooner. Decades danced by. The foundation spanned borders. Monica and Jacob keynoted worldwide, their saga scripted in books, films, curricula. A gospel of resurrection through love. Sophia soared as a premier physician, co-founding a health tech venture with Oina. Their Amarachi penned West Africa's youngest children's series, tales spun from her grandparents' epic. Williams's app revolutionized rural education, gamifying code for Africa's youth. One hushed dawn on their garden bench, hair silvered, grips eternal, they watched foundation children frolic. I'm replete, Jacob sighed. Monica nestled closer. As am I. His gaze softened. I once thought God abandoned me, a castaway. Now, he was sculpting this. All roads converged here, she breathed. And now, he vowed, we savor every breath. Amarachi scampered up then, clutching crayon masterpieces. A woman kneeling to a man, captioned in wobbly script, Love begins where pride ends. Jacob's chuckle rumbled. She grasps it. Monica kissed her brow. She inherits it. As sunset gilds the leaves and breeze whispers through boughs, they lingered. Past's scars, present's warmth, future's gleam, all in one eternal now. A love born of pleas, culminating in a dream once deemed impossible, not just survival but symphony.